guys, Elizabeth Quinn here with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about what I've been warming in the last week and a half, and I've really been working overtime to get through Bring Back My Bars and some other things so that we can move on later in the month to all of the new releases. So I have quite the pile. I guess you could say that it was a power warming fest, and my daughters also helped me a little bit with the reviews because there was just so much to get through. So also, waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us is my consultant website, and let's get started. First off, I actually finally finished this brick baked apple pie, which was half sugar cookie and half baked apple pie that I split with a friend like 3 years ago. So it's really nice that this is finally gone. So I enjoyed that. Mostly I used those for mixing. And the first mix that I did was with Walnut Raisin Muffin, which is also a brick. Now I have a bar of sugar cookie, just to show you because the other clamshell says baked apple pie, but I was using the last couple brick cube bits to mix Walnut Raisin Muffin in the same warmer with sugar cookie to make a wonderful sweet, low-level, relaxing day in my home. So the Walnut Raisin Muffin has a lot of grape. It has the little bit of walnut. It's not really like a toasted nut. It's more just the base notes of a walnut. And it doesn't on its own, without mixing it with something, have as much of the muffin note as you would like. So when you add sugar cookie in the same warmer, the two of them together, it's really good. And then I did a couple of cubes of the Walnut Raisin Muffin by itself in other warmers, and I think I threw in 1 cube of sugar cookie in my mini over there all by itself, so that as you went through the house, the intensity of the smells differed, and it was really, really good. So that was number 1. Number 2 was a mixture of pink poinsettia and snow-kissed cranberry. Because when I got the pink poinsettia brick back in late October and I sniffed it, I thought, man, this isn't Christmas, but what am I going to do with it? It's very pretty, but it's not summer fruit punch. It's not really springy, and it's definitely not fall. So I thought, I'll melt this in the wintertime. And I put it in the same warmer with a cube of snow-kissed cranberry, and I put a cube of each. With the brick, you kind of whack up the cubes into smaller parts, and then 1 of the bar cubes into a couple different warmers, and that went for like 3 days, especially out in my coldest room, which is really a 3 Seasons Florida room. And it was wonderful. So snow-kissed cranberry is no longer available. It's a very good mixer. I have several bars. I use it with a lot of different things where I want to amp up the cranberry and I want to soften something that's too pungent. So that's that. Now the next mix that I was doing, and I was definitely in a mixy mood that first, like the beginning of last week, was around the campfire with cinnamon bear. Oh, so good. I would call this winter fireside as a mix. Usually I don't like to name the things that I mix, but this one's excellent. So the smoky, sappy quality from around the campfire plus the warmth of the cinnamon bear just made for a really cozy and enjoyable day. So then also, I'm trying to get through as much as I can in my melting basket, little box over there. I have Cozy Cabin, and Cozy Cabin is something that was in the Cozy collection at Christmas time several years ago. It is so beautiful. If we ever get a chance to vote this back and Bring Back My Bar, we are currently voting on Bring Back My Bar, and I'm not seeing this as an option. Vote for this. You will not be sorry. Because if you don't like smoky woody scents, but you want something that's good for the middle of the winter, this is it. So it's got bayberry and musk, and it's not too much of anything. It's perfect. So I'll be using the rest of this next year because this is all I've got. So I'm done enjoying it for this year. So next I have apple cherry strudel, which I was just craving. I just wanted to do this. And on the same day, I was doing baked apple pie in other warmers. And baked apple pie is one that people forget about. It's just kind of a medium level, really nice bakery. They are keeping it in for the coming catalog. So this is fall, winter, and spring, summer. Really good scent. So the 2 of those were delightful. And then after that, we're going to get into either limited time offers or Bring Back My Bars. So, oh, and 1 new release. I got through 1 new release to talk to you about. Sun Ripened Berry. This is the scent of the month right now. And honestly, as I'm trying to warm such a quantity of bars, this went into one of my daughter's rooms. And it's very nice. Sugared strawberry is a little bit sweeter and maybe a little more artificial, but it's still fun. I love it. This might be a little more authentic with the raspberry and the strawberry and the orange. I have not had a chance to test this out in the large area yet though, so I don't know how strong it really is, but she said she loved it. Next, next we get into the bring back my bars, and I might as well slay the dragon first. Casting spells is a very loud no for me. This did not go well. I thought I would set up my house to not have that take over because I knew it was probably going to be strong, and I was hoping I'd like it, but I didn't. So I also put Simply Vanilla in some of my warmers, and Salted Caramel Cupcake in others, and we'll get to reviewing those next. Those were wonderful, they were well mannered. I will invite them back as guests, but Casting Spells is not coming back. The rest of this bar will probably go all the way in the back of my melting closet, and I'll just keep it in case someone else is curious, so they don't have to waste their money. So for me, Casting Spells started out a lot like Jumpin' Jelly Bean, then it added a roasted pear. That was fine. Then the roasted pear started to smell a little strange, and then boom, the bass notes kicked in, and there's something funky going on in the bass notes of that bar. I just couldn't do it. I even tried, mixing it. I tried adding cinnamon vanilla. My kids came out and said, "Mom, what did you do?" They said, "It smells like bad herbal tea. You didn't fix it." So I just think there is something, and probably notes that we don't know about, because there are always more notes than what they put in the little descriptions for us. My husband at one point had gotten an aromatherapy oil that was a frankincense oil, that when you don't mix it with the myrrh and all the other things that go together in a really nice incense blend, frankincense was just funky. I am wondering if something like that, another really deep, barky, or resiny thing, is in Casting Spells, and we just don't know what it is because I just can't do it. It's not quite rotten like some other reviewers have said, but it's funky and not in a nice way. So let's move on to something more pleasant. Salted Caramel Cupcake. Great smell. If you want bakery and you like caramel, and that little bit of salt just keeps the caramel from being too sweet, and then it has the little bit of bakery note and the cocoa, excellent. Good performer too. It lasts a long time for a bakery scent. Simply Vanilla. Simply Vanilla was wonderful. The day that I was trying to get through Casting Spells, I sat down in my armchair in the front room and thought, that's good. What did I put out here? And it was Simply Vanilla. So that one, when you melt it, you get all the notes. It's like the floral vanilla opens up. When you just plunk the cube in the warmer, it's not all that impressive. So give it some time to open up and warm and really kind of mix in the air in your home. Lovely. Next, we have Huckleberry and Clementine. Now, some people said that the strawberry vine in this wrecked it. For me, it's fine. I love this. I actually upped it to 2 bars in my club. So the happy huckleberry plus the clementine, and then that strawberry vine note for me just makes it smell like real, not just like it has the sweet jammy quality, but the strawberry vine gives it a summery, almost like you're out walking in a berry patch kind of a feeling, and I absolutely adore this. It's definitely my new favorite. All right, Midnight Fig. Now, I wanted a good, strong, earthy fig scent for forever, and I am going to keep this around in my club. It's good. It's strong. You have to want fig. I tried mixing it with Salted Caramel Cupcake to get kind of a French kiss but heavier thing. Wasn't as successful. So I don't know that this will mix super well with anything, but when you want a good fig smell, this is it. I think it has a little bit of woods and some dark berries in it, but it really smells like a fig. So if that is your thing, I would highly recommend that you try that before it disappears. All right, Maui Mist. Now again, this one ended up in my daughter's room. I've melted this before. I love it. I went in and I thought, I have to put it in my club. I can't just have a couple bars. So this is so good. I don't know how to describe it because it's an odd combo, but it's an odd combination that, at least for me, it works. So you get the vanilla and you get the rose, you get the lilac, and you get the little bit of soft woodiness. And it's not woody like redwood. It's woody like a very gentle, driftwoody, I don't know, a fantastic scent. There's nothing else like it, which is why I decided I'd throw it back in my club. Maui Mist is a keeper for me. All right, and I finally got Shimmer in warmer. I have wondered about this for years. I kind of think of it as the Princess Trio, Sugar, Shimmer, and Pink Haze. Honestly, I said I liked sugar best in the last video. This has eclipsed it. This isn't as sweet, but it's still girly. So I'm probably gonna put Shimmer in my club, and I really, really like it. Now, when I first opened the clamshell before I had time to breathe, it smelled like cardboard. But now it smells like the cherries and the white musk, and I don't really get, I think there's apricot. I don't really get the apricot, but I definitely get the cherries and musk, and it's lovely. It's like a Queen Anne or a Rainier cherry. It's not your heavy, dark cherry. It's just gorgeous. Okay, next we have, this is an old Bring Back My Bar, so don't mix this up with what's current. Sweet Amber and Freesia was a Bring Back My Bar from last summer. Beautiful. I have a couple bars left because, you know, you can only keep so much in your club. It's very light, but it's just really soothing, so I've enjoyed this very much. If it ever comes back in another Bring Back My Bar, I would recommend it for a bedroom. Very, very good. And now we get to all the orange stuff. Now, the 2 orange scents from Bring Back My Bar: Spiced Orange Harvest and Mandarin Moon. It's very hard to make a decision on which of these is better than the other if you want a spiced orange scent. So I'm actually going to do a separate video on all the spectrum of orange scents that I own. So hopefully you can get context because they aren't that different. Spiced Orange Harvest, personally I didn't like as well. I found that there's more orange and less spice, but the rest of my family liked this because they like the authentic orange. To me, it smelled more like an orange scent you could get from any company. It didn't have the richness and the complexity that I have come to expect with Scentsy. I don't know if it's because it's an older formula. You get lots of orange and a little bit of spice, whereas Mandarin Moon was definitely more layered. It was softer, doesn't smell as hardcore like an orange, but you would expect that. The name says Mandarin, and a Mandarin orange is like the little guy with the zipper skin. It's very small, it's softer, it's sweeter. It's not like your navel orange or some of the other, you know, larger juice orange varieties. So Mandarin Moon, it ended up having the ginger and the anise, and I love tea, Constant Comment tea, that I used to have as a kid. It's a Bigelow brand, really classic tea. And as Mandarin Moon started to gain some steam, I'm like, what does that remind me of? It's like Constant Comment tea without the black tea note, and it's so good. So this one is definitely my preferred of these 2. I'm probably gonna keep it in my club for a little while to get a stash, but you'll have to watch the other video to know which one I love the most out of all the orange and spice that Scentsy's been producing. So, but this is the winner for me between the 2 that are currently in Bring Back My Bar. All right, excuse me. And that gets me to 2 other bars that I needed to review for the orange video. One is Raisin Sunshine, which was a scent of the month, I think July, maybe 2019, maybe 2020, it's been a while. This is beautiful. This is cherry, but to me this is like a red tart cherry, the kind that you make juice out of. And because I live in Michigan, that's like the cherry capital of America, I really am familiar with different cherry varieties. So the bright red tart pie cherry, I get that in here. I get the orange, I get the ginger, I get a light, bright, summery quality, whereas, you know, your Mandarin Moon is definitely spice heavy, and your Spice Orange Harvest is very like orange. So that's the difference between those. And then here's a spoiler for our warm review on the new releases. Clementine Cupcake. Beautiful. So clementine-y. With all that cupcake. My only downer is it didn't last as long as I would like, because by the end of the day I put different orange scents in different places. This one just kind of smelled like a vanilla cupcake-ish. So I hope I get better performance next time, maybe when I'm not trying to, you know, wrestle every orange into the same space in different warmers. But beautiful bar. I would definitely buy one of these again. So for the moment, that is all that I have been getting through and warming, and I'm really hoping to be able to do a review on the club exclusive bars. My friendly FedEx guy was here this morning and apologized because he thought that he had my box, but he couldn't find it. So there's another one coming this afternoon, another delivery. I hope they didn't lose it because I really wanted to do that video for you because I'm losing my editor. She's going to winter camp. Mama doesn't do the videos. My daughter does. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.